Welcome to Global World Watch. Please subscribe and press the bell icon for more updates. The Netherlands, though small, is home to ASML, a company with a near monopoly on the world's most advanced chip-making machines. These systems are essential for producing the fastest, most efficient semiconductors. Tech giants like TSMC, Samsung, and Intel all depend on Dutch technology for everything from smartphones to AI and military hardware. But as global tensions rise, the Dutch chip empire faces new challenges on the world stage. In late 2025, Beijing shocked the tech world by imposing targeted export controls on critical materials like gallium and germanium, vital for chip making. This wasn't a blanket ban, but a precise move to leverage China's own strengths in the supply chain. By controlling these resources, China could create bottlenecks for Western chip makers, including those in the Netherlands. The message? If China's access to technology is blocked, it can retaliate by disrupting global supply chains. These controls introduce new risks for Dutch companies, whose suppliers often rely on Chinese materials. Now, every shipment became a potential political flashpoint, driving up costs and uncertainty. China's move forced countries like the Netherlands to reconsider their alignment with US policy. The Dutch faced a stark choice: support Washington's tech blockade, or risk their own industries being hobbled by Chinese countermeasures. The global chip war had entered a new, unpredictable phase. Europe's tech future was suddenly in the balance. China's export controls put Dutch suppliers in a bind, threatening delays and disruptions for companies like ASML. Even a minor component held up by new regulations could halt production of a multi-million-dollar machine. The Dutch supply chain, once a strength, became a vulnerability, exposed at every link to Chinese influence. Indirectly, the squeeze was even tighter. Many Dutch suppliers depend on global partners, who, in turn, rely on China. Meanwhile, US pressure had already forced the Netherlands to block sales of its most advanced machines to China, cutting off a major market. Before the ban, China was ASML's third-largest customer, fueling its R&D and innovation. Losing this market meant less revenue, less scale, and a threat to the Dutch industry's long-term edge. Now, the Netherlands was caught between US security demands and the economic realities of its ties to China. The once unassailable Dutch chip empire was feeling the squeeze from both sides. Western restrictions meant to slow China, instead supercharged its drive for self-sufficiency. Beijing poured resources into building a domestic chip industry, and Chinese firms like SEMIC and SEMI began closing the technology gap. Recent breakthroughs saw Chinese companies producing 7-nanometer chips with older tools, an impressive leap. While still behind ASML's cutting-edge tech, China's rapid progress alarmed Western policymakers. Chinese firms are now filing patents for next-gen lithography, aiming not just to catch up, but to lead. With the Chinese market closed to Western suppliers, domestic champions gained scale and experience. Soon they could export cheaper machines to developing nations, fragmenting the global market. For the Netherlands, the risk is clear: loss of the Chinese market now, and a powerful Chinese competitor tomorrow. The Dutch strategy of staying generations ahead is under threat as China accelerates its ascent. The battle over Dutch chip technology signals a seismic shift in the global order. Europe's dream of strategic autonomy is being tested as the chip war forces countries to pick sides. Global supply chains are fragmenting, replaced by regionalized, less efficient systems. The US, China, and Europe are all racing to secure their own chip industries, driving up costs and slowing innovation. The era of a single, integrated tech standard is ending, replaced by competing ecosystems led by the US and China. This technological split will shape everything from AI to telecom and biotech. Companies and countries must now navigate between rival spheres of influence, redefining global commerce and geopolitics. The Dutch chip industry's fate is a harbinger of this new era. Technology is now the central battlefield in great power competition. The outcome will define who leads and who follows in the 21st century.